Curse of Anubis was released in September of 2000 and was the trap-focused set of the recent trilogy of set releases. This set brought with it an enormous amount of powerful new cards to both bolster and counter existing strategies. Jinzo was the new boss monster of choice for good stuff decks because although it had 100 less attack than Summon Skull, it negated all trap cards and effects while on the field. Imperial Order was similarly strong except against spell cards. Premature Burial and Call of the Haunted were additional copies of Monster Reborn, but had their own conditions attached to them, notably destroying the monster they're tied to if the cards themselves are destroyed. However, there was one card in Curse of Anubis that revived an old strategy in the history of the OCG. Man, talk about shifting the competitive landscape. Curse of Anubis, a set that technically we sort of got. It's like our Pharaoh Servant here in the TCG, but obviously there are a bunch of differences. Curse of Anubis was a hell of a set on the OCG during the time. The introduction of Jinzo really shook up a lot because, yes, it's 100 attack points less than Summon Skull, but who fucking cares when you can negate all trap cards? That's just an insane payoff. Not to mention you can search it with Witch of the Black Forest. The Android Psycho Shocker, as it was known, which is still a sick name, but I think Jinzo's just a little bit cooler, just ran rampant during this time. And this is a great reason to want to go back to playing a good stuff deck because now you have a way to just deal with all these annoying trap cards that a lot of these like slower decks are playing and to just really get in with your typical good stuff strategy. But in addition to that, we have tools to deal with some of the jars and some of the mill decks and some of the even like just set Witch and Sangan, which we really didn't have access to before outside of DD Warrior, and that is Nobleman of Crossout, which probably has the coolest OCG name of any card I've ever seen. The OCG name of this card is Apostle of Obliteration, and boy, do I wish they put that name in the TCG, but they did all their religious censorship shit, so like, I get it. But Nobleman of Crossout, just as impactful as it was in the TCG, it made quite a splash in the OCG, because now these Cyber Jars, these Morphing Jars, these Spear Cretins, these Needle Worms, these Magician of Face, all of them are victim to knock, and it's going to be really difficult for them to actually mill you when you can just completely destroy their sets with this card. Previously, all we had was Tribute to the Doomed, and that's fine. It came at the cost of a card, but to be fair, it wasn't super effective considering the fact that Spear Cretin could recur stuff. There's plenty of like ways to work around Tribute to the Doomed, but Nobleman is just the straight up power crept version, and obviously can only go after sets, so it's a different card, but it's much better at what it does than compared to something like Tribute to the Doomed, which is what people were using before. Let's also not forget, however, the suite of resurrection spells, because prior to this point, we really just had Monster Reborn, which during this time is only semi-limited, but Premature Burial, which is the same thing, but in an equipped spell, and Call of the Haunted, which is in the form of a continuous trap. Both of these are extremely powerful, allowing the decks to be mega aggro. Everyone obviously knows the interaction with Jinzo and Call of the Haunted, meaning that if Call of the Haunted were to leave after a Jinzo is summoned, it's going to stay on the field because Jinzo's negating the effect, so that's pretty cool. But being able to get mega aggro with the good stuff deck, this is like a deck you would see, like, you know, from your childhood, right? This is reminiscent. Obviously, the ratios are going to be a lot different. We still have the hand destruction stuff lurking in the format. Graceful still at 2 for some reason. But then we have stuff like Imperial Order, which is at 3, and holy shit, this is not okay in the slightest. For those of you who don't remember, Imperial Order's pre-errata text says that you only pay 700 life points during your standby phase, and you're able to get rid of it at any point. It isn't a mandatory effect that just stays on the field, that once you activate it, it's just there until you can no longer pay. It's just, you can negate your opponent's spells at any point, and then during your next turn, you can say, nah, I'm not going to pay. So it's just strictly a better Magic Jammer or any card that would negate spells, and is incredibly annoying. I don't know why they ever printed this card. And you have to think of this. This card is at fucking 3. I don't think this card was ever at 3 in the TCG. I think it was like almost immediately limited, and yeah, for obvious reasons, because this card is just absolutely oppressive. And another interesting card this deck is playing is Ceasefire. Again, the 3 decks during this time you have to think about are Good Stuff, Mill, and another deck we'll be talking about here momentarily. And so since Mill was still sort of the boogeyman from the previous format, Ceasefire is a neat little card that flips face down monsters face up and makes it so that their flip effects do not activate. So think of it like your 4th and 5th copy of Nobleman, but a little bit slower, but it also has a burn effect, which is relevant because since the Good Stuff deck is relying on traditional means to win the game through battle, Ceasefire dealing like 15 to 2,000 damage on an activation is actually quite relevant and makes it so that the clock is a lot shorter in terms of just getting with your Gemini elves, your witches and stuff. And we're obviously still on the over 40 count here as well, because we need to make sure that the mill decks just do not mill us out. I do think it's cool to see that we actually are taking that into account so early on in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, because mill was just that much of a problem. So we're going to show off the good stuff deck, but we're not going to show it off against mill. Mill definitely gets some new tools as well, but I think it's a lot more fun to show off everyone's favorite deck in Exodia. Exodia was bestowed with some new abilities as well, courtesy of not just Premature Burial and Call of the Haunted, meaning that we have even more ways to bring back our Witch and our Sangen, which then allow us to search for the Exodia pieces, but probably one of the most important pieces that this deck received is Backup Soldier. Backup Soldier, for those of you who don't know, reads, while there are 5 or more monsters in the graveyard, target up to 3 non-effect monsters with 1,500 or less attack and add them to your hand. One of the biggest problems Exodia faced after it was completely neutered from the ban list was that mill being so prevalent, and if a single Exodia piece went to the graveyard, the game was over. There was no way to recur these Exodia pieces back to your hand. But with the introduction of Backup Soldier, now that's no longer the case. And even as such, we're even going so far to play Painful Choice to dump the Exodia pieces to the graveyard, which means Backup Soldier is now allowed to add those cards back to the hand. Hence the name Painful Exodia. It's actually quite good too, because now you're thinning your deck of these Exodia pieces that you wouldn't want otherwise, and now you're going to be able to just get them back to your hand at any point. You have 3 copies of Backup Soldier. Mask of Darkness is technically like a 4th copy if you want to get this back, and then by doing so, at any point, if you just flip this up and add the 3 pieces, you're only 2 pieces away from winning the game. Now, there is still a choke point in Exodia's head because it only gets back non-effect monsters, and Exodia's head, of course, is an effect monster. So, if the Exodia head gets milled at any point, the game is just over. But obviously, you can have some ways to mitigate that by protecting it with stuff like Solemn Judgment and such, but obviously, depending on the matchup, you may or may not want to bring this card in. Another interesting card in this deck is the Shallow Grave. If you've never seen this before, each player targets a monster in their own graveyard and then special summons it in face-down defense position. What's strange about this is that during this time, players didn't have to like both meet the activation condition of this card for it to function. And so the original way Shallow Grave worked was that if you had a monster in your grave and your opponent didn't, you basically just got another copy of Monster Reborn. Sure, it goes into face-down defense position, but that's totally fine, especially for cards like Mask of Darkness, which are flip effects anyway. So it's kind of bullshit, I'm not gonna lie, but you could go like Painful Choice, send 3 pieces and like a Witch or a Sangan. They're probably just gonna give you a piece of Exodia, and then you can go Shallow Grave on turn 1 when they have nothing in grave, bring back a Witch or a Sangan in face-down defense position, and it's like you basically just got to Reborn without using a Reborn or a Premat or a Call of the Haunted. I don't know why it worked this way. Obviously, it changed a bit later on, but this deck took full advantage of it, and Painful Exodia, while I don't think this is obviously the best version of Exodia, I think this is like one of the most fair iterations, and I think there's a lot of interesting counterplay, especially when you compare it to the good stuff deck we just showed before, and I'm really hoping we show that off in today's episode. And I'm not gonna lie, any opportunity to send Joseph into the sun by obliterating him with the all-powerful Exodia, I am going to take every opportunity to do so. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Oh, Joseph, just when you thought Exodia was done and dusted, it has reared its ugly head once again. I will say, it's maybe not as strong as it was before, but getting some new tools to be able to recover from the fact that you can hit all the cards out of our hand potentially is it's not a bad thing. How you feeling?
I think it is so funny that anytime Exodia is even remotely playable, you're like, oh, we got to do it. Oh, I gotta load it.
It was meta.
Oh,
it's
was
meta.
it? We'll see how meta it looks at the end of this.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm rolling my die. I keep hitting this. Let's see. I rolled a 5. All right. I guarantee you, there's not going to be like, I activate Graceful Charity, the game is over. I guarantee that's not going to happen.
Well, so. You say that, and then I'm ready to find, 3 pieces Graceful.
Looking at this hand, it's not happening. So best of luck, buddy. We're drawing for a turn now, aren't we?
We are.
I think we are. Okay, and I get to draw 2 more, courtesy of that.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
First time we get to see this card, Upstart Goblin. You can gain 1,000.
I will do so. Happily.
Ooh, and it's pretty good when I get Graceful Charity to pair with it.
You sure? You sure?
Don't know everything yet. Let's do Mask of Darkness, Mystic Tomato. Then we're going to... Oh, how do I sequence this? Painful choice.
Oh my god.
I'm going to send... I'm going to send Witch, Sangan, and 3 Exodia pieces.
Not a lot I can do about that. I'll give you a Sangan. No, I probably just want to give you an Exodia piece.
Yeah, you probably want to give me the Exodia piece.
Just take the leg or something.
Yeah, you figured it out. Okay, I'll take the left leg, the all-powerful. Cool. Then we're going to go Upstart Goblin. You can have another 1,000.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. So I'm going to activate the Shallow Grave. Now, you might be wondering about this. You're like, how can you activate this? Well, you might be interested to find out that back in the day, you didn't have to have the full condition met. I could just summon even if you don't have a monster. So we're just cheating again out here in history. So we'll just bring back a Witch. And we will set one. And we'll set another. And we'll wish you the best of luck.
I think I'm fine. Anything in standby? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the Shallow Grave summons in face-down defense.
Oh, sorry. You're right. It's face-down defense. That's very important.
It is, because I got Nobleman.
No! Not Nobleman! Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, pot agreed. Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere.
Just don't have a second one. You know what's cool? Nobleman's name in Japanese is Apostle of Obliteration. That is way fucking cooler than Nobleman of Crossout.
Tight as shit. Heavy Storm.
I will chain Backup Soldier.
Yeah, I'm down.
And since I have 5 monsters in my grave, I will add up to 3 non-effect monsters to my hand.
All right. You don't have Exodia? That's what you're saying? You don't have Exodia right now?
I don't.
That's cool. Let's get rid of that for you.
Fuck! No! Be cool, buddy. Be cool.
Well, half your fucking hand is Exodia pieces.
Don't hit it. 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 Fuck! Shit. Okay, it's fine. We have more backup soldiers. It's fine. Yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm ready to see them.
We have to get there. Honestly, maybe I just pitch the Exodia pieces if I need another backup soldier. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Okay. I think that's probably the play. I have to live, so...
I'm going to do a really stupid thing here. I'm going to Raigeki.
Okay. It's Witch. You knew that.
I was kind of hoping it wasn't Witch.
I will get... Oh, that's true. You didn't know that one. Oh, that's bad. Okay. I know that now. We will nab ourselves Mystic Tomat.
Sure. I'm going to go Witch. I'll get in for 11.
Sure. I'll take 11.
It's also, like, really annoying that, you know, you're, like, 15 cards up on me.
It's about to get even worse when I activate another Painful.
Oh, my fucking God. Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't even know how good this Painful choice is.
You're gonna deck yourself. I'm ready.
I literally, at this point, I'm on the verge of decking myself. We're gonna dump... I don't think there's a world where I can get exactly what I want here. Pre-mat, call the haunted, call the haunted, call the haunted.
Let's do call the haunted.
Okay. Thank you very much. I suppose you're on 1 card. I suppose I'll just set, and set could be anything, and I'll pass.
Stand by main. Ceasefire.
Sure. It is Mystic Tomatoes. I'll take... that way, for each effect monster on the field, it's 1,000. There's 2.
Yeah, I was hoping that I would get a flip monster there. Let's Snatch Steal the Tomat.
Uh-oh. Sure.
Let's get in for whatever this is.
That's... on attack deck, I'll call the Haunted. I'll bring back my other tomato.
I'll take 3 here.
Sure.
Let's go grab Moth.
Okay.
Do I want to run these tomatoes in? What does that do?
Gets me 2 guys.
That's fine. What are you going to do with 2 guys? Yeah, let's do that.
I'll trigger 2 tomatoes.
Yep.
Let's get 2 Sangans.
All right.
I'll do a Sangan and a Witch, actually.
Sure. Go ahead.
So now you have Moth.
Yeah.
I'll upstart. Guess I'll battle. I'll just hit in.
Yeah. I'll grab Pot here.
Sure. 11. You were gaining life points, sir. You were going the wrong way.
Quit activating upstarts, and this won't be a problem.
That's true.
Well, let's go Pot.
Yep.
That's a good one. Gemini Elf.
That's big. Yep.
We'll do here.
Take 8. Go Witch effect. I'll get Sangan. Yeah, I'll get Sangan.
Oh, this is rough. So you have all of Exodia in your hand. What you're trying to find is... And I don't think I can change the math on that.
20%! Come on! We'll set. We'll set. Go ahead.
Gemini Elf. Just getting in, baby.
Sangan.
Yep. Well, you know how that shit is. Are you out of you're out of targets?
I fail to resolve Sangan.
Oh
yes.
my god. Okay. Forceful.
No! Yep.
Oh boy. Oh, this is really hard actually. Wow, so you can get all the pieces you could ever need. If I take any of the pieces, you can just reborn guys and run them in.
That was the plan.
So I have to take... Oh god, is there really not a way to do this? I have to take like... No, there's no way because you can just run them in. You have infinity reborns. Jesus Christ. Well, I don't know how I'm doing this. Let's put Trunade back in the deck.
Trunade back. Okay.
I don't think any of the others do anything. And also Trunade doesn't do anything.
That's fair.
Is there like a big guy in either of our graveyards? There's not. All right. Go ahead.
Come on! That's unbelievable. Oh my god. What's even... This is more frustrating for other reasons, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so now I actually have to start doing things. Mm-hmm. Double Gemini Elf is 38. Any other guy is a lot of damage, so I need to, like, start dealing with it. Also, Snatch Steal potentially could be a problem. You're right. Geki is gone, so I feel at least a bit comfortable. I'm not just going to get blown out like that. I'll Reborn.
Yeah.
For a Witch. I'm scared that you just have, like, a duo, and then you just can just
sitting on
win
the
that
duo.
way. I mean, it's at 2. And you already used 1. I don't know why Duo's at 2, by the way. So let me think here. So if you go Elf into Witch, 19 puts me down to 32. You would need, like, Guy plus... You would need Guy plus Big Guy. Like, even if you reborn my Tomato, that's still... You would still need the 3rd Gemini Elf to make that lethal. The other consideration is the 2nd Snatch Steal as well, because if you go Snatch Steal, this is 38, 48, 49, so Snatch Steal plus any guy probably kills me 2. There's so many 2-ofs I have to play around. I have to play around the 2nd Snatch Steal, I have to play around the 2nd Duo. I'll fire the 2nd Reborn.
Yeah.
I think this makes it pretty difficult for you to kill me. Snatch... Normal Reborn.
But what are the chances?
Oh, stop.
I only have 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, you just have 2 cards in hand. I'm debating. I can talk out loud because you know my hand. I'm debating on this pre-mat too. Pre-mat gives me like another layer of protection. Because then you need like Heavy Storm as well, or like something to like blow up the pre-mat. I feel like I'm only getting like 1 extra turn regardless. The problem with pre-mat is, though, putting me 800 lower could possibly make your win con a little bit easier. I'm just going to wall here. I'll see what happens.
All right, I do have the 3rd Gemini Elf.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, okay.
Whole team's here, baby.
The whole team.
Show me that backup. Show me that backup.
I will let you know there's 2 in the deck, and I have 8 cards. I fucking hate this game. Oh, man. Yeah, you got it. I gotta see what's left in this deck. I'm so mad. Just so you know, there is a Graceful also still in the deck. There is a Graceful, double backup, and the other card, double Shallow Grave, so I could have gotten back Mask of Darkness to get back the fucking backup soldier.
Don't worry. I had the Nobleman in hand for the mask.
Oh, okay. All right, so that wasn't gonna matter anyway. I'm still tilted. All right,
yeah, that's still...
Oh, man, we were so close. That's so tilting. I can't be mad. You played it really well. But I also redrew the Trunade after you shuffled it back, by the way.
Hilarious.
So I thought you'd be
all
happy.
Part of
and
the
I drew
plan.
a second Trunade after that. Yeah, all part of the plan, indeed. All right, this hand looks like absolute shit. So I think the move is normal Witch, so I don't lose to the Apostle of Obliteration. And, yeah, that's probably all we're doing. I'll set one. Go ahead.
I actually do not have shit to do. Go ahead.
Okay, I like that. You can have 1,000. Good old
I'll take it.
And I also don't have shit to do, so I'm just gonna get me 1,000 life points back.
Great. I'm down to 79.
Woohoo! All right, go ahead.
Yu-Gi-Oh is so good.
Oh my god. Yeah, get in, witch. Woohoo! All right. Second main. I can do something really funny. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set 2.
All right. Oh, thank God. Graceful. Get me the fuck out of this game. Okay, that's really bad. Let's go Tribute to the Doom. Probably is not very good. I don't really like Pre-Mat. Ceasefire.
Fool! You thought I would set a monster, but no, I set the left arm of the Forbidden One!
Why the fuck did you do that?
Don't worry about it, Joseph.
Dog, I
Don't worry
play
about
Nobleman in this deck. What if I had just accidentally killed you? Oh my god. Okay, heavy.
Ha 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 ha. You think I wouldn't have a contingency plan for the Apostle of Obliteration? Fool! I activate Crush card, tributing the arm of the Forbidden One to destroy your head!
Oh, okay, I get it. Unfortunately, my hand is ass.
Oh, shit.
My hand is
so bad.
doo-doo poo-poo ass.
Okay, alright, yay.
You do get Sangan, right? Oh, you actually
No, 'cause
don't get Sangan.
It's a 1,500 or more. Yeah.
Okay, this.
It's not a. What is it? Deck destruction, unfortunately.
I'm gonna normal Sangan. I'm just gonna try to attack here.
That's fine. You'll take 100.
All right. Let's get someone. There's got to be something in here that's good. Moth is good. Shit, Moth's okay. I feel like you probably have a million cards that beat Moth. Let's just get Witch. You know?
Sure.
And then let's... You know what, actually? We'll get Moth. No, we can't develop Moth this turn. Let's just get Witch.
Final answer.
Final answer. Let's duo. I'm trying. Let's go this one.
Is the Shallow Grave.
Okay.
With you having a monster, the Shallow Grave becomes a lot less shallow. So I think I will pitch another Shallow Grave.
You got it. I'll set one back to you.
Okay, I'll draw. Standby made. You know, this game is going so... This Witch is getting so much mileage.
Yeah, for real.
You got your own Witch. I'll just pass. Go ahead. Let me see that card, sir. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah.
If you insist. Whoop. Good.
Awful. That's actually terrible, because I know what your set card is.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I feel like I'm going to have to get it out of you at some point. Pre-errata Imperial Order. What a bullshit card. All right, Geki.
That's fine.
Would you like your Witch search?
Yes, please. Let's just go ahead and get Gemini Elf.
Sure. 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've had this Witch on the field for 6 turns, impressively enough. Double Nobleman, Reborn, Order. I should know everything.
Yeah.
Double Nobleman, Reborn, Order, Elf. Oh, no, it's Snatch Shield.
Yeah,
Snatch Shield. That's right. Thank you. Yeah. We can take a lot of damage here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm into swords. Go ahead.
Reborn my Witch.
What's the card?
Oh, you're going to hate this.
Oh. Yeah, I am going to hate this. Yeah, you're fine.
Maybe I'm not going to Reborn the Witch. Yeah, this doesn't work. Ugh, fucking Swords of Revealing Light. Let's just normal summon Elf.
You're complaining. You have an out to it.
You're right. I'm just like mad about nothing. Yeah.
Okay, Witch to defense, I guess. Go. This will be the last turn on Crush card.
Yeah. Oh, they can't all be winners.
Hey, we hit one, finally.
DD Warrior. Reborn Gemini Elf. Yes.
Yep. Witch is out of here. I'm going to take 38 big ones.
Go ahead.
Right. We're dead.
And then
we
during your
so
standby
dead.
phase, I have to pay 7, right?
Yeah, I wish. I am cooked. I am actually probably just dead now. I will set one. I'll pass.
Ooh, you put me in a weird position. If this Swords was 1 fewer, it would be so easy to just say, let it die, I'll knock your guy and win. It's still pretty easy. It's not that difficult. I will just pay for it.
Sure.
Let's just go combat.
You should have done it.
I mean, well, the sword still wins, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right. Swords is done. Man, IO is such a great card.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's so fun. I can't complain. I've had my fun with Exodia long enough in this series. We're probably cooked. I'll normal witch.
Yeah.
And I'll pass. I know you have knock.
Goodbye.
You also have snatch steal and storm. Okay, yeah. Well, we're just dead. All right. Holy shit. Yeah.
You want to run
after the turn you set? Kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah,
like obviously this made Exodia look like shit. Let's do the game first. Clearly, I mean, the first game looked really good for me, I think, and maybe I could have won it if I found a way to like hold off for like a turn or two.
If you fucking won a 25% 4 turns in a row.
4 turns in a row. Yeah. Lucky me, I guess. Lucky me. Okay. Let's just go normal witch pass. Riveting turn 1, I know.
Damn, my turn 1 is so crazy. I'm thinking I might just pass here. It worked out fine last turn. I'm chilling.
I will summon a Sangan. 21.
Oh no. Shit.
What about this crazy turn?
I'm still waiting on it.
You better have something, buddy.
3,100? Jesus.
We're getting in. We're a beatdown deck now.
I can't believe I'm about to do this. MBT plays world's worst Raigeki, asked to leave History of OCG.
Joseph, that was in fact the world's worst Raigeki. You want to know why?
There's just no shot.
Because I will add 3 pieces of Exodia to my hand, and you ignorant fool, I will summon the almighty Exodia.
Oh man, we have had the Exodia where you won by playing a single card, but now we've had the Exodia where you won by me playing a single card. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing I could do. This is my hand.
What was your hand?
I just drew the Sangan.
Oh my god. You're right. Like, there wasn't anything you could do.
It's all
I mean,
crazy,
you could, like,
powerful, reactive spells.
Like, you could snatch my witch,
oh, yeah.
I guess. And, like, I can't... Well, I can't out the witch if you think about it. Not that you, like, know that, but... Yeah. I mean, if you attack Tomato, or I'm sorry, if you attack Sangan, I just get Tomato and then I can out it. But yeah, that's so fucking funny. The rest of my hand was I had Trunade, Premat, and Backup Soldier.
Oh, that's kind of a banger hand anyway. Hold up.
It's pretty good, yeah. It was these 3, 2 Exodia pieces, and then Witch, I think, something like that. And then I just drew like 2 more
running Sangans.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty good. Okay, I get why Exodia was still meta during this time. That first game specifically, it was like, okay, it still does have the tools. Backup Soldier, really, really irritating at this point. There's really not a lot that counters it. There's nothing that, like, stops traps outside of Jinzo, which, of course, I am playing.
Yeah.
But, you know, Jinzo very telegraphed. You're usually grabbing it off of Witch of the Black Forest, you know?
I will say, Backup Soldier also, the third deck in this meta is, of course, Mill. But, again, I didn't want to play Mill for another week. We want to give the viewers a rest at home.
Oh, why?
But Mill, okay, this is going to blow your mind, and maybe you're going to want to play Mill when I tell you this. So Morphing Jar number 2 is legal now. And on top of it, Morphing Jar number 2 isn't level restricted. So you can Morphing Jar number 2 into a Jinzo.
Oh, good. That's, I really don't have anything to say about that. Wow.
But the thing is, so with Backup Soldier, I mean, obviously, the whole idea of Painful Exodia is just, you painful all the pieces away, you thin your deck of bad draws, and then you just Backup Soldier them all back, so, like, you don't care. But it actually gives Exodia a way to fight back against Mill, so before, this deck was unplayable when Mill was the best deck, because with only one piece, there's no way to get them back. Backup Soldier was the first card to really allow you to do that. The big choke point of the deck, though, however, is still Exodia's head, because Backup Soldier only gets back normal. So if Exodia's head goes, the game is actually just over. But that's a risk, obviously, you have to take.
Oh, my God. Man. It is fun that, like, it's like, yeah, there's 3 distinct decks, and none of them play on the same axis as each other. I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't get to show off Jinzo, but he will be around.
I know. This is supposed to be like the Jinzo episode. It's probably going to be in the thumbnail, and then all of a sudden we didn't see Jinzo at all.
Guys, let us know in the comment section below if you think Alex adequately made a reverent face looking at Jinzo in the thumb. Tell us how you feel about the thumb, about Jinzo's appearance in the thumb. He's kind of looking like a thumb.
I'm going to have the laser shooting out of his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoy. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout to Shout1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Phoenix the Immortal, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Little Fade Leaf, Draconic, Dylan Rare Hunter, JW11860, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Chrono the Branded Enjoyer, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Power Rave, both without a stupidly long name that barely makes any sense and is annoying to read out loud, Cheeks McLaperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Wonder Waffle, MBT canceled by all community soon, canceled by all committee soon, canceled by all players soon, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, Calvin Tempest, RIP Akira Toriyama, Daniel Howell, and life keeps using solemn judgment on my hopes and dreams. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.